Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. So this is going to be my quick guide to the Fall of Truth raid in Giant Hold. It's a base level 25 raid. This raid I think is very soloable for any decent character at level 32. I'm going to be doing it on Elite today, solo, but you can do it on normal solo, I think, on any just decently put together character at level 32. There is flagging that's required for this raid, so you have to complete the epic versions of Madstone Crater, Prison of the Plains, a Cabal for 1, and Giant Hold Tour, and turn all those into the NPCs. Note, you do have to do the epic versions. The heroic versions do not count for purposes of flagging, and it's actually the opposite for the heroic Giant Hold raid, Reaver's Fate. You have to complete those quests on heroic, and epic does not count. But for this one, got to do those quests on epic to flag. Couple things you need if you're going to do this raid. You need some kind of ranged DPS. You don't need great ranged DPS. I'm on a melee centric character today, but you need some kind of thrower, something that you can use, because there is a Giant Hold device in the sky that which you have to destroy in order to complete the raid, and you cannot melee it. One thing I would strongly recommend is some kind of electrical absorption item. There is a ton of electrical damage in this raid. So I'm going to use the legendary Ring of Flickering Steel, but there's a lot of options in the game. Just have some kind of electric absorption. Other than that, I've not prepped for this raid in any way other than throwing on my electrical absorption item. You might also want to get some spell absorption, which is really helpful in this raid as well. I'm not going to bother with that, but it is something very useful to take in. Okay, so let's step in on Elite. But yeah, like I said, definitely give this a shot. I mean, at least on normal. If you have a decent character at 32, you should be able to solo this no problem. So there is quite a bit of monologuing here at the beginning between the Stormweaver and the Truthful One. So a lot of times it makes sense to just run in here and do your buffing at this spot. Also, one thing you want to note is after this, there is a lockout for this raid, so do not use D-Door in this raid. It will put you behind the lockout and you won't be able to get your in rewards. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until this talking is done. Okay, so when they're done talking to each other here, the floor's going to break and the raid's going to start. So this raid, it revolves around bringing down giant dragon pairs at the same time. So at the start here, there's some trash air elementals, but there are 3 different sets of dragon giant pairs, and you can tell which ones are paired with the others by their names. So there's giant, so there are ones that have the last word lies in the name, then others are silent, and then the third pair is confusion. So you need to bring these down together. So the confused giant right here, and we can see in front of us, we would need to bring down the confused dragon at the same time. So you can see over here the confused dragon. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the video, but all I'm doing here is DPSing these pairs and bringing them down at the same time. Also, there's a decent amount of leeway here. You have to bring them down at the same time, but it doesn't have to be at the exact same time. They give you quite a bit of time between them, but they do have to be brought down, you know, somewhat, you know, it's about the same time. Another thing to take into account here is the dragons are a little stronger than the giants, so you probably want to prep the giants first. I'm sorry, prep the giants and then kill the dragon, and then bring down the giant after the dragon's down. Okay, the first pair is dead. We're going to move on to Silent next. We're going to prep the Silent Giant, and we're going to go kill the Silent Dragon, which they're actually right beside each other in this case. Might make it a little bit harder on a 2-handed fighting build just because I'm getting strike through. Okay, there's the second pair down. Now all we've got left is the Liars. Okay, at this point we have all three of the dragon giant pairs down. By the way, after you kill the first pair, the Truthful One will spawn, so it can be helpful if you have a tank that they get the Truthful One's aggro. And at this point, all we have left to do is we're going to kill this Prism of Ages up here, the Giant Hold device. So after we destroy this device, which is going to take me a little while because again I'm a melee centric character. After we destroy this device, we're going to have one more dragon giant pair, which is going to be the Truthful One and the Stormweaver. So the Truthful One is going to manipulate the Stormweaver here and make him switch sides. So I'm going to fast forward the video until we get this prism destroyed. Okay, at this point, the Truthful One has now manipulated the Storm Reaver and turned him against us. So we're now fighting both of them, and they are just the last Dragon Giant pair. We just bring them down together. There is a really powerful, well, it was back in the day, a really powerful boom attack that the Giant would throw on you, and you'll see it. I'll get hit by it here soon, probably. Well, I'll see a 3, 2, 1 countdown. It basically works like a chain lightning type attack, so if you see yourself getting the boom, you want to run away from other party members, but we're soloing here, so it doesn't matter. But just something to keep in mind if you are in the group. But yeah, this is very similar to the other pairs. The Truthful One does have more HP, so you'll typically want to prep the Giant, kill the Dragon, and then kill the Giant. So at this point, these dragons here, these can just be kited around. You don't have to kill them to complete the raid. These disciples. Alright guys, and there we go, it's that simple. So, as you can see, the dragons, the other dragons, the spectral ones, they do die once the raid's completed. So there really is no point in killing them, you can just kite them around. In this case, you know, I'm level 32, quite over level, so I didn't have to worry about just, you know, taking the damage from them. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed. Give this one a shot. I mean, even if you don't do it on Elite, I mean, give it a shot on normal or hard. I think any, you know, decent level character at 32 should be able to do it. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Take care.